Hi guys, welcome to your Week 12 Connects You launch. Please excuse my voice, I'm still getting over a cold, so it's a little more nasally, even more so than usual today. Today's going to be a quick one, just on reviewing your Own It profile. I know some of you have done that already once this year upon enrollment. This is something that you should look into about quarterly, just to make sure that nothing's changed in your goals or your approach to things. So we all change as time goes on, so it's just important to go back and review every once in a while. So for those of you who don't know, the Own It profile looks something like this. So this was my sample one. It outlines what your career ambition is. You can get some pretty good, valuable information from it. So like things that ways that you prefer to study, what kind of learner you might be, if you're more of a visual or a hands-on learner, what your personality traits are. And this one here outlines too, based on the answers to your interests, what career might be best for you. So if you're somebody who might not be certain what you want to do, just by answering some of the questions in the profile, can at least outline a service area or a specific trade that you should go into or look into. I also like the ownership spirit down here. So this kind of tells you, based on answering some questions, how you match up with some different areas. So for example, I feel that I'm pretty good at managing when things go wrong, but I don't feel I'm very good at budgeting my time. And I'm not the best at setting goals either. So it's kind of recognizing where your flaws are and then making changes to adapt and get better in those areas. So you should have a learner profile that looks something like that. This week, we're going to be reviewing your Own It, just taking a look at your Own It profile, taking a brief survey about your Own It profile, and discussing your accomplishments with your peers. So the point of the Own It profile, own it meaning the ownership mentality, that you are taking ownership of your learning, of your life, and you're not being a victim and blaming other people for everything. So the image on the right, victim thinking is believing that how we are doing is based on what happens to us. This is apparently the default setting for most of us. Whereas non-victim thinking or ownership thinking is understanding that how we are doing at any point in time is based on how we respond to what happens to us. So we're all based on how we respond to adversity. So are you going to blame other things, or are you going to pick yourself up and try harder and try just ultimately do better? So trying to make sure that in the virtual world and as well as in your real life that you're having more of an ownership mentality than a victim mentality. I also like this quote: you can have results or excuses, not both. Especially to make it relevant to our cyber world, your online school requires a lot of effort and motivation on your end. And if you're one that makes a bunch of excuses of, oh, I was too tired, it's too early, I can't make that meeting, just making excuses, you're more than likely not having the results that you could if you're somebody who actually gets up in the morning or at least outlines 3 to 5 hours a day to work on their school. So again, you can have results or excuses, not both. Your day one assignment is to bring up your Own It profile and review your outcomes. If you have not completed Own It yet at this point in the year, there might be a few of you who did not get around to it the very first time. That is something that, in order to get the half credit for the Connects You course, you are going to want to complete. So make sure that you do that. I will put the link below in the assignment. And then you're going to also answer the following reflection question for today. What is the most interesting thing you learned about yourself by doing the Own It learner profile? All right, that's all I have for you guys today, and I will talk to you next week.